everybody, welcome back to Ringside Chat, and today got Promoter's Toolbox. Today we're going to be talking about maybe 4 tournaments you can use to maybe spice up and shake things up when it comes to using tournaments, special events. Sometimes you just use a basic boring old tournament, to decide a champion or what have you, and it just seems kind of blah. It just doesn't seem really special, right? So today I'm going to give you some of my favorite tournaments that I've used in the past. Maybe you can use if you want as well. So let's begin. So first off, we're going to talk about the Rings of Saturn tournament, held every 4 years, every 4 gaming editions, of course, on the planet Saturn. In this tournament, specially crafted rings are made for each of the winners. So singles division, tag team division, and women's division. Champions cannot enter this tournament, only non-champions. And yes, so the prize at the end of this tournament is a nice, kind of like a Super Bowl ring, if you will. Very classy, very prestigious, and only held every 4 years. So every 4 gaming editions, feel free to put this one in and see who wins. Next up, we have the United Planets tournament. This is a special tournament where special crafted medals are made, one to represent each of the planets in the solar system. You can throw maybe a couple other ones if you want to make it bigger, like Athra or Kroll or what have you. But in this tournament, each bracket they vie for one of the medals, and in the finals you get the very last medal, because if there's 9. And in the finals, there'll be the one to grab, or both sides are vying for it. But anyways, as you progress into the tournament, you win additional medals. And the goal is to have the 2 finalists fight off and to claim all the medals and put into this nice Halliburton. And whoever wins gets to keep all the medals in this briefcase or Halliburton, whatever. And then, like the Money in the Bank, they can cash in their opportunity at any time they wish against the champion. And then you can have this tournament maybe held only like every maybe 5-6 years or what have you. So it makes it more prestigious. More people want to get in to this tournament. And champions, of course, cannot enter this tournament as well. So yeah, I really like this one. I've always enjoyed it. It makes it feel special when you collect these medals, because they mean something, right? You have to collect all of them in order to finally cash all of them in and for a championship title match. So next up we have one from, well, it's ripped off of the NWA, the one that I did, the Brawl Brackets. Now in the Brawl Brackets, this tournament is kind of like a heavy metal brawler's affair. They usually start in the parking lot, shuttle bay, what have you, and the 2 wrestlers just pretty much brawl and can use any weapons, anything they find in the arena. The only stipulation is the wrestler has to pin his opponent and make his way into the actual ring. So they can brawl anywhere. It is false count anywhere up until that point, right? So it is false count anywhere. So, but if they get knocked out, say, before they even enter the ring or whatnot, then that wrestler, whoever got knocked out, is disqualified, and the non-KO'd wrestler advances. But so you want to have a chance. If you want to have a chance at this, you have to make it into the ring. And I've made a chart for all this, so. I've always enjoyed this one too. And anyways, the winner gets, of course, a large, clear, almost gold cowboy boot. If you remember the Bunkhouse Stampede, from anybody that remembers the Bunkhouse Stampede, hopefully you do. You got this really fancy boot as a trophy. But in this Brawl Brackets, you get a golden boot, and inside is stuffed with a ton of space credits. So very prestigious for all the brawlers out there. So yeah, there's a Brawl Brackets. And lastly, we have the big one. This is, everyone's probably ran this if you run the GWF, and it's the Mega Tournament. And how I run it is every 10 years the Mega Tournament appears, and anyone can enter. Champions, doesn't matter, anybody, tag team, anyone can enter. And this tournament is rather huge. There is 4 divisions, so 2 on each side, 2 on the other side, but also there's actually 2 more in the North and the South divisions. I like to call them the Mutant and the Creeper divisions. You must play the Mutant and Creeper brackets first, because it's pretty much, those ones are the hardest ones. Whoever wins the North and South brackets, they actually get entered into the actual Mega Tournament. So there's a slot to be had on one side and a single slot to be had on the other. So a bunch of wrestlers have to wrestle to get actually in to the tournament, kind of like the wild card affair. And then you can actually start the Mega Tournament. And at the end of the tournament, the winner receives the Mega Belt. Now the Mega Belt is kind of like, it's part of the actual GWF Heavyweight Championship or the Interplanetary Heavyweight Championship, what have you, where you can combine the two, like Beast King, Go Lion, Voltron, like Transformers. You can transform it and it becomes even more prestigious. So if, say you're the champion, say if Chaos or Pegasus is the champion and he actually runs the table and wins it, he can combine the Mega Belt with his GWF title, and so he's the Mega Champion, what have you. So that way he can now defend his title for at least the next 3 or 4 months, or if he happens to lose it to anybody, the Mega portion of the belt kind of like gets taken off by the GWF officials and locked away in the vault for another 10 years. So it doesn't last too long, 3 or 4 months. Maybe the champion, Mega Champion, whatever, gets more money or what have you. But pretty much the Mega Belt, you can challenge the champion at any time, even after that match if you wanted to. And if you win, he combines the belt. Or if you don't win, then you lose it, and the champion gets it. So the belt, Mega Belt, stays on for 3 or 4 months, like I said. And then the GWF officials come grab it. The commissioner comes grabbing it. He takes it and he takes it apart, and he said, and he stuffs it in the tower in the GWF vault for another 10 years. So this one is, everyone wants to get in because it's the Mega Tournament, and the Mega Tournament is awesome. So anyways, guys, those are 4 of special tournaments that I've used over the years and still use. Leave a comment down below and what kind of tournaments do you guys run. And if you want, go ahead and use these by all means. So hopefully you have fun. Later days and later levels. See ya!